little intro here. Well, greetings. It's 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, and I'm back. I'm Drew Clark, host of BroadbandBreakfast.com, and here at Mountain Connect in Keystone, Colorado. And right now I've got Kelleigh Cole, who is the state broadband leader for Utah, my new my state of residence and place I love. And we're going to talk a little bit with Kelleigh about state broadband initiatives and some of the chatter discussions here at Mountain Connect. So, Kelleigh, greetings.
Hey, Drew.
How do you like being here at Mountain Connect?
You know, this is beautiful. I mean, it feels like home, having the beautiful mountains behind us.
Yeah, there's still snow here, just like
Utah.
Utah.
I've never been out here before, but it's breathtaking. So
great. Well, Kelleigh, talk a little bit about your role at the Governor's Office of Economic Development and the State Broadband Office.
Yeah, so, you know, we, in some ways, I think we're a little bit of a hub between kind of the federal conversation and the city conversation, and we work with the providers directly. So we're kind of in the middle of all of the action, I think. And so it's great to come to a venue like this where you can talk to some of the federal representatives and cities. We're talking mostly to cities in Colorado to see what they're doing. But we bring different groups together to facilitate partnerships and conversations to accelerate broadband.
And, you know, having been in your shoes in the state of Illinois, where I was the state broadband initiative director of Partnership for Connected Illinois, I understand the great opportunities that come and the challenges that come with a position of this sort. Fortunately, Utah has been able to continue its broadband project, even though the federal funds has ended. Tell a little bit about that, if you can, Kelleigh.
Yeah, so the state of Utah decided that it was really important to continue mapping broadband so that we have an idea of where the services are available for residents and businesses. We're out of the Office of Economic Development because broadband is crucial for economic development. We want to make sure that schools and businesses have services, and yeah, you know, it's a challenge because these are obviously expensive projects to fund, but the more that people are working together to accelerate broadband deployment, the better.
Excellent. So let's talk now about some of the things that you've been discussing on panels here. You were on a panel talking about the next administration, right?
Yeah. You know, I think it's really interesting because I think the conversation, you know, we were asked what we thought of the next administration, and the Clinton campaign has said some things that they have an interest in infrastructure. The Trump campaign, we're not sure how that conversation is going to go. We haven't gotten a lot of detail on that. But I think that, you know, we're headed in the right direction where Congress is paying attention, the FCC is paying attention, and trying to come up with policies. I think that there are some good things at play. I think that there are things that could be improved and built upon. But I think, you know, just the attendance at this conference shows that there's a lot of interest in broadband.
I don't suppose you've reached out to the Gary Johnson campaign?
I haven't reached out to the Gary Johnson campaign.
Okay, all right. Well, what is the key issues that you've talked a little bit about Western states, right?
Yeah.
Utah being a Western state, Colorado being a Western state, and you've kind of mixed with some of the Washington policymakers here. What are the big broadband issues for the Western United States?
Yeah, you know, that's one of the benefits of being with a group of similar states, to be able to talk about these issues and bring federal representatives in. We have a lot of issues with getting broadband across very long distances with lots of regulations with federal lands, and that's something, you know, that the eastern states don't really have to deal with in the same way. So it's kind of nice to get a few of the states with similar barriers together to talk with some of the federal policymakers.
What's the role of wireless in broadband deployments in Western United States versus Eastern United States?
Yeah, you know, I think in some communities wireless can be kind of the first step if they don't have wired services. But I think it's interesting because I think they actually have to work together, because for wireless you obviously have to have some sort of backhaul, you have to have some sort of fiber or wired connection to the tower, and then the wireless, you have to have appropriate spectrum, and so putting those things together I think is critical. I think that wireless can get into certain areas quicker when there are barriers, but you have to have the right backhaul, and you have to have the right capabilities to do that. So I think they're both really important, and they both have a critical function.
Great. Any last Any additional thoughts that you'd like to share?
I think it's just great to see that this conversation after in the last couple of years has really accelerated. More people are getting involved in broadband planning and discussions. Cities are getting more involved. The states are getting more involved. And I think it's just showing that there's a growing demand for faster and faster speeds. And, we get to a certain speed and then the next apps that are developed, it'll just push those boundaries even further.
Great. Well, thank you for being with me. My name again is Drew Clark, and we will be live again at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Mountain Time with Lori Sherwood of Vantage Technologies. Thanks. See you later.